Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rokah, Quadash. Double honor to the apostle of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, have mercy upon you. This young lady here, I think she's from out of somewhere over there in Africa. She got the name of her page is Convo Space. I'm gonna use a couple clips from off her page. And the name of this video is White Folks Thought Poverty and Struggle is Only for Black People. So-called black people. Until American Dream failed them. So hey, this is mainly in basically is what is a testimony from people concerning their struggles, the hell that they're going through in America. You know, the what they call it, the American dream. You know, the American dream and turned into, you know what. So listen up.
Filled with the most impotent rage, and like, I'm talking that white hot, I need to sink my teeth into something and scream kind of rage. Because what do you mean that it never had to be this hard for us? Like, what do you mean in other countries they don't have to spend 20% of their paycheck on groceries? What do you mean in other countries everyone can own homes because they're not paying $2,000 a month in rent, or that their mortgages aren't like their entire paycheck? What do you mean that people in China work one job and they don't even work 40 hours and they can easily afford their life? And then I'm over here working 60 hours a week, just me as a single parent, to like...
What's the key right there, y'all? A single parent. Most of you women that's over here in America, you Western women, you all choose to be, you all have chose, and you all have, most of you all, probably 90% of y'all, probably even higher, have chose that lifestyle of being what? A single parent. Why? Because America was giving you Medicaid. They were giving you free doctors, free visits, free medicine, you name it, food stamps. Hey, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So hey, you know, that's your fault. Hey, but we know that America, we know that it's over with anyway. Babylon is through.
Barely make ends meet, and I'm penny pinching every single second, and like, there's so much of life that my kid misses out on and that I miss out on because of money.
Huh? Wait a minute now. So much your kid missing out on. Hell, most of our kids miss out on, you know, graduating, miss out on just, hey, life period. Because we're what? Most of us have what? Done time, well, I'm saying men, young so-called black men have done time in prison. Yeah, most of us have done time in prison. Most of us have what? Felons. So, you know, a lot of things, you know, your freedom that you used to having is no more. It's no more. That's all. Welcome to our world.
And like work and no social support net. And you mean to tell me that it didn't have to be like this?
Salaki, man, 1 second.
They keep us in these chains on purpose, and it never had to be like this. Like, I did everything right. I went to college. I had to drop out of college to take care of my mom when she was sick because, again, no social services, like, no safety nets. My dad worked his whole life and died and left everything to my mom. My mom was disabled.
Listen, though. Mom. See, y'all got generational wealth. You know, most of the so-called black people, their mothers and fathers did not leave them homes. You know, a very small percentage of so-called black people was left for a home. We, as you know, you all, hey man, listen man, white people been having it lovely over here, man. No struggles. Gotta worry about the cops putting them over. They gotta worry about bills because, hey, you own your own. Most of them own their own house already. So all you got is really power, gas, and water, or just water or whatever, but just gas. Or just power, because you ain't gotta have power and gas. You can just have straight power or whatever. That's all y'all got. You know, most of y'all don't have rent, but you know, when you move off from your mother, but hey, it appears that she don't want to be home with her mother, y'all. She don't want to take care of her mother. You know, women, I don't give a damn what race they is. They don't like to be tied down to nobody, even if it's a mother. They don't like to be tied down anymore. They'll put a damn white person, so-called white person, put their mama and father in a home real quick. Don't let them fool you.
And she lived on credit, and like, she barely made ends meet, and she did everything she was supposed to. And I did everything I was supposed to, and it just keeps getting worse. I've spent so much of my life working so hard to scrape by, and it never had to be like that. My suffering was at the expense of someone else becoming wealthy because...
Huh? Let me hear that again. She ain't just say that, y'all. Let me hear that again. I gotta hear that again.
And I did everything I was supposed to, and it just keeps getting worse. I've spent so much of my life working so hard to scrape by, and it never had to be like that. My suffering was at the expense of someone else.
My suffering was at the expense of someone else. Don't that sound familiar? Don't that sound familiar? So-called black people. That sound familiar? Because of someone else as well. We as so-called black people been suffering in this place, especially the males. You know, Eve has a portion of the devil's kingdom, but now Eve also is feeling the strains of this place. Now that Esau Edom don't need him no more. Sorry, Eve, he don't need you no more. You done did your damage to what? To our homes, and but now you all are finding out that the so-called white man does not have your back anymore. So hey, you gonna find yourself in these same struggles that this so-called white woman is in. You can best believe you think white people gonna be in these struggles, and you are not gonna be in those struggles in the same manner. Just stay tuned.
Becoming wealthy because they could. And I am so angry.
She sounds like a hypocrite
about this. It can't stay like this. It doesn't have to stay like this.
We can't have nice things because of your racism. And they are sick. They are learning that Americans have been living in squalor. White people are sick. They are learning that for 400 years, black people lived in slavery.
There you go.
They are realizing that they are too slaves. They are sick.
No, they ain't slaves like, well, hell, not in the same fashion, you know. But like I said, you know, Eve, so-called black woman, she have had her way in this devil's kingdom. But when they so-called and abolished slavery, what, in the 1860s? My date's off right now. In the 1800s, right, when they abolished slavery, what they do? They made these amendments, and the 13 of, okay, they call themselves abolishing slavery, and then they took the 13 and the 14th Amendment and made and enslaved the whole world. What? Through taxes and debt, y'all. This is what we have. The devil's kingdom is just finally coming into what? To a head. They coming to a head, y'all. It's just a matter of time. A lot of you all think this devil's kingdom think it's gonna be around for another 10, 15, 20 years. And listen, man. I know the Most High is gonna slow grind these people over him, man, and he's gonna slow grind you wicked 2/3 as well, right? Now, as a whole, we all gonna catch hell. We all gonna catch hell, including myself. But for those that have what faith in that, I'm talking about. When I say faith, I'm talking about true faith in the true and living God, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, right? Not Jesus. Jesus would not. The so-called white man's God would not save you in that day.
They are twisted. Listen, when Donald Trump came out and said, why do we keep getting people from these shithole countries? My response was, bitch, America is the shithole country. And white people are learning the truth. For the past 4 years.
Hey, man, let's go down a little more. Because for real, this woman here, she, Eve be talking shit, but we know that Eve got it good in this devil's kingdom as well. So, I think I got a few on the very next one. It's going to be another Eve. What that is, I think it's right here. That's a sister page. It is. There she go right here. Y'all. Let me get her right quick. Let me get her. Here we go.
There is no fucking American dream.
Because the American dream is dead. The average home in the United States costs $418,000. Do you know anyone making that much money? Do you know anyone? Do you know anyone that started a business that's not drop shipping or like some sort of AI?
Oh yeah, and this is what they doing, right? I know a guy, right, that just been tricked and well, I don't know him personally, but I know his story. He just bought a house. He paid $1,200 a month. Just bought a house, $1,200 a month. 2-bedroom house, a bath, not even a 3-bedroom house, right? Listen to these numbers now. He paid $1,200 a month for 35 years. $1,200 a month for 35 years. That's a little over $500,000. Yes, that's what we got, and we down here in the South, in Alabama. So I can imagine what a house would cost out west, up north. So this is what the America is coming to. People not being able, and then this is a so-called black dude, and then to top it all off, he married a woman. He married a woman. She's younger than him. I think he's about in his late 30s, and she's in her early 20s. And he married her and her child wasn't even 5 months old. Talking about a dummy.
Gig economy. Like, do you know anyone that owns a store? Name 2 people. Do you know anyone that our age that owns a house that did not get help from their parents? Like, there's no jobs. All the listings are fake. Jobs don't even offer healthcare. So then you're on Medicaid, you get kicked off because the big beautiful bill that just got passed.
Let me show y'all something right quick. Y'all, I'm going to pull this up. I'm seeing if I can pull it up right quick. And she made a good point, right? Concerning, got to go with my history here. Hold up. Hold up, y'all. I'm going to pull this video right quick. Damn, I can remember what one it is. Right, full thought, poverty. Hold up. Farmers. Damn. I'm trying to get the. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Right here. Right quick. Let's see something. I think it's it. Hold up. Damn commercials, y'all. Hold up. Bear with me.
Native Whole Body Deodorant is made with just 9 clean ingredients.
And
Okay.
basic thinking, but also the difference between a community being built on force and discrimination. This for my ancestors.
They're putting up white only sign.
That's not what I want. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to find a way. Okay, here we go. 15,000. She said something interesting. Let's run this back right quick, and I'm gonna show you what I'm finna go into. Right, let me show you another video right quick.
Or like some sort of AI gig economy. Like, do you know anyone that owns a store?
Now the point here we go right here. Right, this video here. This is a it's a 15,000 stores closing. Well, let's get it. I'm trying this up right quick. Listen up. Let me get this right quick.
And it's looking more and more like it did back before 2008.
Macy's is closing over 150 stores in the U.S., and I went to the downtown Brooklyn location, and when I say my millennial heart is so sad, the store was empty, completely empty. There was hardly anything left. I was alive when there was no technology, where there was no online shopping, there was no social media, there was no dating apps, there was no iPhones. Like, I've been around a very long time, and I'm only 36. So to go into a store and to see a store that you've been shopping at since you were little looking like this is scary. It felt eerie. It felt like I was in a movie during the apocalypse looking for food and shelter. I am so lost for words right now. The sadness is just so sad because every store is shutting down right now. I mean, I'm from the era where we shopped at the mall and you had to get all your stuff from the mall. You would meet up with your friends at the food court, and this is non-existent anymore. So many stores are shutting down, and it's gonna get worse, and I don't know if I like it. I mean, Macy's owns some of the largest and biggest department stores in America. This right here is the end of an era. Apparently there are stores that's still going to be open, but this is a big culture shock and a sad reality because I believe that this is the beginning
American dream
of the
is
new
dead,
normal.
y'all.
I just came to Kohl's, and I did not realize that they're closing, and the store is completely empty. What the hell is up with that? And this is all they have left. Wow, I'm shocked.
So the Walgreens CEO came out and said that they're shocked that retail sales went down after they locked up all of their products in cages and then understaffed all of their stores so that there's really no one to unlock any of the products in cages. And they are shocked that retail sales went down. And I gotta tell you, in today's current employment market, everyone's being laid off across the board. Thousands of employees every day without notice, without cause, are being laid off. And I have not heard anything about the Walgreens executives being laid off for their gross incompetence. Not only are they essentially...
And let me say this here. You know what they haven't really been talking about either. Most of these government and state jobs, Eve occupied those government and state jobs. A lot of them have been laid off by the tens of thousands. They're not talking about that either.
They don't care about their customers or their employees, but now it doesn't even seem like they care about their stockholders. And so I haven't heard anything about mass layoffs over there. Have you?
CVS, which has closed 9,000 stores in 3 years, is about to go bankrupt. This is CVS Health, the world's largest healthcare company, which owns retail drugstore chains CVS Pharmacy, CVS Caremark, and health insurance Aetna, and many other brands. In 2023, the company ranked 65th on the Forbes Global 2000. It's hard to believe that CVS, the fourth in the Fortune Global 500, is going bankrupt. This shows how severe the economic situation will be.
America's second largest pharmacy chain announced big cutbacks today. Walgreens will close 1,200 stores in the next 3 years, and that's about 14% of its stores.
CVS, Walgreens, these are stores that Eve was getting all them drugs from. Huh? Eve had it going on, man. Selling pills and Oxycontins and all this here. And and got welfare, free housing. Yeah. And the so-called white man knew it. He think he did anything about it. No, he didn't do anything about it. He allowed it, but guess what? He don't need you no more, Eve. This is place it's finished. Isaiah 4:1, 7 women.
The company, which has lost more than $8.5 billion this fiscal year, says about 1 in 4 Walgreens stores is unprofitable.
Walgreens is crashing out right now, and it's absolutely hilarious. We have this article, then we have this one. In this one, they are shocked at the fact that they have things locked up in the store that you cannot get to that hurt sales. I have an idea for them, multi-million-dollar idea that's going to save them money. I want credit for it once they start making money again. How about if you lock stuff up in store?
Ain't gonna be no again. Because this is the new world order, baby. They locking everything up for what? Because they preparing you for that mark of the beast. They MOTB. Everything gonna be locked up, baby. You got to use that hand. You got to use that hand, baby, to shop.
Number one, hire more than one person to work in that store so that when you need help from somebody unlocking it, they can unlock it instead of you standing in front of the shelf like a fucking asshole for like 20 minutes before somebody notices that you're there, or you having to go find somebody in the store and them not being able to help you because they're doing something else in the store that's vital to the store being open. And now this bullshit. The first time I walked into a Walgreens and saw these stupid fucking screens, like I really needed water bottles and Gatorade to be digital. It was the last time that I ever walked into a Walgreens.
CDC, baby, that digital. They getting you ready. Most of you all are going to volunteer and you're going to walk right up in there. And because I know the same way Trump passing out, supposed to be passing out this little money, the $1,700 or whatever, for the IRS or whatever. I mean, all they doing is going to put you back, put you deeper in debt by giving you money. Because anything they give you, they're gonna want it back, and they're gonna tax you on the back end of it. I don't want nothing from them. Don't give me nothing.
If something isn't broke, don't fix it. You paid $200 million to be assholes and have digital screens showing us what was behind the screen when glass does that, the same thing.
How to check if someone's spying on you? Actually, it's
all right,
pretty
y'all.
simple.
I'm gonna stop it right there anyway. So y'all get the picture. Y'all get the picture that they're closing all these stores as well, and these stores are not going to come back. They're not gonna come back. You know, she just said she thinking that what? That I want to get credit for when my idea. You ain't got no idea, baby. The only idea is on hand right now is the new NWO, which is New World Order. That MOTB, the mark of the beast, baby. That's the only thing on the agenda of today.
Name 2 people. Do you know anyone that our age that owns a house that did not get help from their parents? Like, there's no jobs. All the listings are fake. Jobs don't even offer health care. So then you're on Medicaid, you get kicked off because the big beautiful bill that just got passed. The American dream is dead. And then they tell you you're not working hard enough. Like, make it make sense to me. So props to this creator for just verbalizing that, because I empathize 100%. You're not doing enough. America's not doing enough for you.
You're not struggling because you're poor. You're struggling because you live in the USA. You're struggling because prices have gone up tremendously, but the wages haven't. You're struggling because your bills continue to increase, but your wages haven't. You're struggling because you have greedy, corrupt CEOs of companies that are continuing to record record profits, but are refusing to pay their workers a livable wage. You're struggling because the country that prints money won't give that money back to its people. You're struggling because the country that has $37 trillion and count.
No, you're struggling because they are destroying the system. They're destroying what they created for a purpose, and that purpose is the MOTB, man. And like this can turn out to an MOTB or could have been a whole nother video, but I don't want to get off Jake. Jake going to that Democrat and Republic crap. Let me go down a little bit. Let's see something here. I think he's about. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go by right here. Let's put Susan on here.
Dream. It's the American nightmare.
Is anyone else completely sick and tired of living in America where you're expected to work your entire life? Like, we are not here to work. Our jobs are not our lives. Our jobs are not our purpose. Like, everyone asks me, like, what's your job? What are you doing with your life? Like, I'm just trying to save enough and get passive income so I can go travel the world and start my life. Like, everyone thinks their purpose is to work. Like, you get done with high school, then you go to college for 4 years, then you're $30,000 in debt, and then you're trying to find a job just so you can pay off that debt over the next 3 years. And then what? Then you're making enough money just to pay your mortgage and afford groceries and then pay for kids. And before you know it, you're 60 and you're retiring and your body hurts because of your job and you didn't do anything that you wanted to do. And that's our life. That's what you're expected to do. And if you break out of that, then people are going to judge you and think you're weird or you're crazy or you're a hippie. I'm so sick of it. America needs to make a change. Something needs to change because people are not happy here. People are not living their dreams. People are not living their life. They are working. They think that their work is their life. It is not that way.
What's a scam that's become so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam anymore?
The American dream. You get up at 5 in the morning. You rush to be out of the house at 5:30. Try to make it to work at 6. You work a 12-hour shift. In those 12 hours, you take crap from your managers and coworkers. You eat at whatever time they say that you can eat for the amount of time that you can eat. You have sick days, but if you use them, it's frowned upon. So if you want to aspire to be anything within the company, try not to use them. Then you work until you're 62 years old. You pay bills until you die, and you're expected to be grateful. Forgive me, but that it doesn't make any sense. And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that I can go out to work to provide for my house. In fact, the Bible says that he who does not work should also not eat. So I'm in favor of hard work. What I'm not in favor of, though, is abuse. People putting their jobs in factories before their own health. When they don't need you anymore, you're gone. But if you want to leave, you better put in those 2 weeks. So, yeah, it's a scam.
Headway makes it easier for you to bring...
Chilakia, man. Hey, man, Jake I don't know what they be talking about, because for one thing for sure, the so-called black man, gets the worst out of all people. We get the worst, but let Eve tell it. They get the worst. They get the worst treatment. Somebody always messing with them, lying asses, man. Huh? Your freedom, but you gon' those we're not trying to make this about Eve, man. But it's hard to talk about the downfall of Esau's Edom kingdom and not talk about Eve, because they both been working hand in hand, man. They working hand in hand. So you can't talk about one, don't talk about the other, man. That's what it is. If you get offended, if you Eve, a so-called black woman, you getting offended about what I'm saying, then guess what? You are the problem, or were the problem, because you're not gonna be the problem any longer. It's real soon.
I don't know if anyone has noticed yet, but America is getting super expensive to live in. Prices that were once maybe under $200,000 for a house are now in the mid $400,000 to $600,000 range. And I've also noticed that wages aren't going up. The wages are sticking to the same amount. You still have people out here who are getting paid less than $15 an hour. It's going to get to the point to where unless you're rich, you're not going to be able to afford in a house in America unless you get like some type of life insurance policy on your folks, or you get somebody to leave you some type of trust fund. If you're coming out of this new generation, you're not going to be able to buy a house. Your children are not going to be able to purchase a home. It's getting to the point to where things are just, the prices are getting outrageous. I just looked online, and it's $18 at some restaurants for a hamburger. McDonald's no longer has a dollar menu.
You better get you a good fishing rod. Y'all better go get some fishing rods, man. Huh? But you gotta hide the fish there. A lot of you all gonna be catching them but catfish anyway. Eating them bottom feeders. Y'all love bottom feeder crawfish and crabs. Y'all love them bottom feeders. Keep eating them.
This is not the same America that we grew up in, to where people could achieve the American dream. things are completely overpriced. Nothing's affordable. Groceries are through the roof. If you're renting something, rent prices are through the roof. Mortgage rates are at extreme all-time highs. It's going to get to the point to where nobody's going to be able to afford to live in a house in America. You're just going to have a lot of houses that are for sale that nobody's going to be purchasing.
Well, that was a waste of fucking time and energy I don't have. Like, I'm just so over it. I'm so frustrated. They tell me, oh, well, this certain level, something I've never heard of before in my life. It has never been brought to my attention ever in all of my medical history. Never has this level of this, whatever this stuff is, ferritin, whatever that is, has it ever been off. And she's like, usually these levels are only off because of liver disease, but your liver levels seem to be okay. Let's give you another pill, an appetite enhancer, even though it doesn't matter about the enhancing of the appetite, because it's the pain and the sickness when I do have an appetite and I do eat that's the problem. Oh, you're just going to have to try to make it to your gastro appointment next month. Well, if my heart gives out, my heart gives out. Like, they don't care.
Yeah. Hey, I feel I feel it. Been doing this all the time, you know. We've been taking, you know, listen, man. These women been having it so damn easy until it's ridiculous, man. When I tell you free help, they could walk up in any hospital, they even got these little, you know, not the hospital, but these little clinics mainly just for women. Not even a handful of men going there a day. Not even a handful. Only time a man sometimes get an opportunity to run up in there is when he probably just get out of prison or something. Then yeah, that do it because why? Because that they paying for it. Because 9 times out of 10 he probably still be in the halfway house or whatever. And they'll give him what he gonna give him or whatever. But for the most part, you women are through. Now you better eat right now because you don't eat right. And anytime people get sick, most times it's the food. Hey, join the party.
Our system is so fucked that they don't care. I literally said, please give me a feeding tube, like anything. I'm just so over it. I am so over it. I won't give up. I won't quit fighting, but I've been fighting so long it's exhausting. Like, they just let you die. They just let you die. I love y'all.
I'm tired. I'm so tired of the United States. It's so ghetto, and every day gets a little bit harder to function.
Ghetto.
I'm talking about, I don't understand how I am struggling in these United States, and I make decent money. Like I don't do anything. I don't have debt. I put myself through school again. I owe the IRS every year.
Okay, but you said you don't see. You see how she just told a lie. She just told a lie. She said she don't have no debt. She started it off and say first thing she said, I don't have no debt. Then turn around and say, if you owe the IRS, you got debt. You went to school, you got debt. I don't know no black woman. I don't give a damn who she is. She can be dumb as a box of rocks. She done went to school and got some debt. She done went to school and got some debt. This is what they do. This is why they be hollering about I'm so educated and this and I got 3 degrees, 4 degrees. No, you got a bunch of debt. Now watch it. She said, first thing she said, what did she say? I don't have any debt, and then turn around and say I owe the IRS. That's debt, baby. They're the worst people to owe. Them and the student loan people.
Of the United States, it's so ghetto, and every day gets a little bit harder to function. I'm talking about, I don't understand how I am struggling in these United States, and I make decent money. Like I don't do anything. I don't have debt. I put myself through school again. And I owe the IRS
See that? Turn right around. She said, I don't have debt. Then turn around and say, I went to school. Turn right around in the same breath. In the same breath, in the same sentence, same breath, and say what? I don't have debt. Then turn around and say, I put myself through school. I get it out, owe the IRS. That's debt.
Every year, I own my own home. My car is paid off. I don't go out. I don't have friends. I'm a loner. There's a few people I talk to. I don't understand. Like, I have no debt. There's no debt I have, you guys. I don't owe anybody. Like, I'm just trying to understand.
Eve lying, man. I know she lying. You know that house look like. But anyway, that damn car, that car look new. Look new. You know, Eve will go pay. We'll get a car with 200,000 miles on it, and we'll be paying $20,000 for it, or more, $20,000 to $25,000. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. They can't help themselves. If she was in a little regular Toyota or something, a little regular Chevy or something, then I could somewhat believe her. But that's like a new car she in right there. That's not an old vehicle. She's lying.
Then how am I struggling? I make decent money. I put money to the side for retirement, and then everything else is for bills. Like, how am I struggling? Like, I live below my means. Like, I stopped buying clothes. I stopped buying shoes and all of these fancy things. I don't go.
She lying. This hair right here alone is about $300. This hair right here. You stop buying fancy things. I can't tell. This hair right here. Those eyelashes. Those are not your eyelashes. They ain't real long, but they're not your eyelashes. These got these. You got these done too. These done. So she lying. We on to you, Eve. We on to you.
Out. I don't purchase unnecessary items. Like, I am no longer a consumer, because when I was a consumer,
still is.
It did me no good. Like, I have all of these things and nothing to show for it, right? So I stopped buying things, right? And I'm trying to understand, how am I struggling? When I was buying things, I felt like I was doing good. And now that I'm not buying things, I feel like I'm struggling. Like, how does this work in these United States? Like, I don't understand. Like, I live below my means. The only expense I would say I would have is, I do my own hair, and I go get my nails and my feet done every 2 weeks, right? That's it.
Then she get nails and feet done every 2 weeks. That's high. That shit high. That's $100+ right there. So every 2 weeks, that's what, about $250 every 2 weeks? She lying. Anyway, that's what Eve do. Look, I ain't gonna be long, man, because I'm 37 minutes, and my battery low anyway. So hey, let's get into it. This is Jeremiah 50 and verse 11. Because ye were glad, who? America. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of my heritage. Did not the so-called white man destroy the heritage of his people? Huh? What's that is? Jeremiah. I'm already in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 17 and verse 4. Yes. They took our heritage from us, y'all. Jeremiah 17 and 4. And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to what? To serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. So hey, back up here in Jeremiah 17, 50. What did I say? Did I say 50? I might have said 51, y'all. 50. I think I said 50. I'm not sure, but it's 50. Jeremiah 50 and 11 again. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced. Who? America was glad. O ye destroyers of my heritage, Esau, Edom, the wicked of the earth, the so-called white man, because ye are grown fat as the heifer. It wasn't long ago, y'all. 40s, 50s. America was thriving. Thriving, baby. Huh? Because ye were grown fat as the heifer, at grass and what? And bellow, and bellow as bulls. Proud as hell. Who was more proud than Esau, Edom, the so-called white man? But look at it now. Look at it. Why? Because the Heavenly Father is getting ready to do what? Son is getting ready to what? To visit the earth, this earth. Because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow, as bulls. Verse 12, your mother, who was the mother? Your mother, which it is Great Britain. Britain gave birth to America. Great Britain, right? Shall be sore confounded. She, Great Britain, that bear you, America, shall be what? Ashamed. It's not right now, today, they're ashamed of America right now, because America is what? They are making enemies, they're making enemies and, with, damn, boy. I got a lot going on here, y'all. I'm trying to get these precepts. My battery low. I ran too far for this here. So my mind, you know, I'm trying to get it in and get it. Anyway, verse 12 again. Your mother, which is Great Britain, shall be sore confounded. She, which is Great Britain, that bear you, which is America, shall be ashamed. And like I was just saying, American allies, they are what? They are turning against America, the European Union. Everybody is turning against America, right? They all are ashamed of this place, especially Great Britain, right? Behold, the hindermost of the nation shall what? Shall be a wilderness, a dry land in a desert. That's the future of America. Because America is the place of what? That lake of fire. Verse 12 again, your mother, Great Britain, which is referring to, which is what? Esau, Edom, shall be sore confounded. She, Great Britain, that bear you, America, shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land in a desert. That's America, y'all. Because what? Because of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh, it shall be what? Inhabited. So this is the future of America, which is Babylon. But it shall be what? Hallowed desert. Everyone that what? That goeth by America shall be what? Shall be astonished. I mean, they're going to be stunned and hiss at her plagues. Meaning what? Man, look at this place, man. Look at America. Where all you all nothing but a bunch of damn consumers just buy stuff just to be buying it. Verse 23 of Jeremiah 15:23. How is the hammer of the whole earth, which is America, Esau, Edom, right? How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a what? A desolation among the nations? This great place then turned into what? A straight shithole. Verse 31, drop down to verse 31. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord God Yahweh of hosts. For thy day is come. So this is the day which is the end of what? Of America. For thy day is come, the time that I will what? Visit thee. This is what we are waiting on, the visitation of his son, Yahweh Shai. For what? For that's salvation, baby. And if you're not in order, you're not part of that 144,000, you're going to burn over him with your enemies. Verse 32. And the most proud shall what? Shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. Where will we oppressed together? Over here in America. This is the only place captivity that the northern and the southern tribe of the children of Israel was oppressed together. And all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go. But guess what? Verse 34. Their Redeemer, who is Yahweh Shai, is strong. And the Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and what? Disquieted the inhabitants of Babylon. So that's it, y'all. That's the destruction and the ending of what? Of said Babylon, which is a miracle. So when I know say, call Allah Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rukaha Kudash, Shalom.